Hey, my name's Isaac, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can create this website. Instead of spending literally thousands of dollars to get someone else to do it for you, you're going to be able to take pride in knowing that you have created your very own website. And this is not just going to be some average run-of-the-mill website that you see all too often on the internet. This is going to be a clean, modern, and beautifully designed website that is fully responsive, meaning it will scale across all devices. What's more is I'm going to be showing you how you can get this website up and running, including purchasing a domain name and setting up hosting for just over $1. Yes, you did hear me correctly, $1. I know, some of you are probably sitting there thinking, well, that sounds way too good to be true, and if not, it's probably illegal. Well, it's not too good to be true, and it's definitely not illegal. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it. So essentially, by the end of this video, you're going to have yourself a website that looks like it's worth thousands of dollars, but will only cost you a little over $1 to set up. And what's even better is that this website could potentially make you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in the years to come. Thousands of dollars for a small price of a little over $1. That is pretty much the definition of a smart investment. Now I know some of you are sitting there thinking, but Isaac, you don't understand. I'm so bad with this sort of stuff. I don't even know how to properly use my computer, let alone build my own website. Well, you're in luck, because I've created this tutorial to be as easy to follow and understand as possible. I'm going to walk you through step by step with absolutely no steps skipped of how to build your very own website. From purchasing your domain name, to setting up hosting, installing WordPress, installing your own theme, right up to fully customizing your website so that it is uniquely your own. What once took hours and hours of coding just to create a heading can now be done simply and easily using a program called WordPress, which is literally used to make some of the biggest and most popular websites on the planet. So if you're ready, let's get into it. So firstly, what makes a good website? Well, let's just quickly go over some of the best. So the first one is Apple. Now, love them or hate them, there is absolutely no denying that this is just an incredible looking website. You've got the beautiful navigation bar up here, the logo. It's just clean, modern, simple. And then we've got the big giant image here that draws you in. And then as we scroll down, we've got just a really nice, clean looking design that it's just so easy on the eyes. And then we've got my favorite company in the world, Tesla, by my hero Elon Musk. And look, he just doesn't do anything wrong. And again, it's got the beautiful navigation bar up here. We've got the logo in the corner. Not just an image this time, but incredible footage of some of his electric cars. Then as we scroll down, we just have a look, and it's just, again, a nice, minimalistic, clean design. There's not just too much, and yeah, there's just not just too much going on. And then finally, we have the Samsung website. Now, again, got the really nice looking navigation bar up here, and then a really big image to help draw you in. And then as you scroll down, just nice, clean, really clean and modern looking design. The reason I'm showing you this is because we're going to be creating a website that is modeled off of these multi-million-dollar websites. So let's do a quick rundown of the website we'll be creating. So this here is a website that by the end of today, you will have created. So at the top, we're going to have this beautiful menu, and I'm going to take you guys through step by step how we can have any of our own icons we'd like to have here. I'm going to show you how we can do that. I'm going to show you how we make any text we'd like to have here. Big, beautiful text with a subtext underneath. A call to action that when people click it, it can take you to another page on your site or anything you would like them to go to. Then as we scroll down, we're going to have this section here where you can showcase what you offer, your qualities, your just really anything this section can be used for. And I'm going to show you guys how we can completely customize this to make it however we like. And I'm going to show you guys how you can go through and change each one of these little icons here to whatever you'd like them to be. And then scrolling down, we've got our simple, clean, beautiful about section where you can add your own photos in of yourself, of each of your team members. You can write their position, your name, and even better, you can link to each of your social media platforms, which is just fantastic. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. And you can also add in as many team members as you like, and or remove as many as you like. So you might just want to have just the single image there. I'm going to show you how to do both those things. Then I'm going to show you how you can make a testimonial section where you can have comments from maybe your customers or clients or really anything you can use this for. And then scrolling down, we've got our subscription section, which is extremely important and something that a lot of people, they just don't set up on a website because they think it's too difficult. Well, in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it, and there's really not much to it, and it's gonna be of such big reward to you, because if you can start to get people's emails coming in, then that is just going to help you grow so much. And I can't wait to show you guys how to set that up. And then as we scroll down, we're going to be able to have a blog here where we can showcase our most latest blog post, and then down to an incredibly beautiful looking contact form that, I have to be honest, you really don't see ones like this on many websites. A lot of them are really simple looking, but this one is just, you can see it yourself, it's just so nice looking. And then as we go down to the bottom, I'm going to show you guys how you can link to all your social media profiles so that anyone that comes to your site can click on these and then they can go off to your social media, because social media is so important for the viability of your website or business. And then just quickly, I'm going to show you how we can make these beautiful looking about sections on separate pages, your blog, and yeah, I'm going to take you guys through step by step how we can do all of this. Before we get on to creating your new website, I'm just going to take you through a quick rundown of how today's tutorial is going to be structured. So I'm going to break it down into 4 easy to follow steps. Step 1 is going to be getting our domain name. Now some of you are probably sitting there thinking, well, I don't even know what a domain name is. Domain name is basically, just think of it as your website address, your website name. So for example, google.com. Yours would be yourbusinessname.com or even yourname.com. Now we're going to go through a company called GoDaddy for this, because they've been around for a long time, and they're probably one of the biggest suppliers of domains, so therefore they offer some of the cheapest prices. And I'm going to show you guys how you can get even cheaper too, which will be great. Then we're going to go on to step 2, which will be getting our hosting. Now hosting is basically what's required in order for your website to run. Well, why is that? Because without hosting you can't have a website. You see, you need somewhere that all your content, your images, whatever is going to be on your website needs somewhere to be stored, and that's where getting hosting comes in. And for that, we're going to get it through a company called HostGator, because they offer some of the best prices and they have by far some of the best services. And I'm also going to show you guys how you can get that cheaper too. And then we're going to go on to step 3. Now step 3 is when we'll install WordPress. Now what is WordPress? Well, WordPress is what's called a content management system. So in basic terms, just think of it as what we're going to be using to create our website. It's what's going to make our website building so much easier. It's not going to involve any code. We're not going to have to do any of that stuff. You can still do code using WordPress, but it's going to take a lot of that process out, and it's going to help us create a really incredible website. And then step 4, that's when we get on to the best part, and that's when we're going to be creating a website. And this will involve installing a theme, and then I'm going to take you through step by step, fully customizing out that theme so that it looks uniquely your own. And then I'm also going to show you some really important plugins that I think you should get as well, that just improve the whole quality of your site. And yeah, so that's basically what this tutorial is going to encompass. Okay, so now we're just going to quickly go over pricing. So like I said, for our domain name, we're going to go through a company called GoDaddy, and what they usually charge is $12 a year for registration of a domain. But I'm going to be showing you guys how we can get that for just $1. And then with our hosting, HostGator, like I said, offers some of the best prices, and they usually offer around $10 a month. But I'm going to show you guys how we can get that down to just 1 cent for our very first month. And then installing WordPress, that is going to be completely free. And then creating our website, because we're going to do it ourselves instead of spending thousands of dollars for someone else to do it, it's going to be completely free. So all up, by the end of today, you're going to have your very own website for just a little over $1. Now you really can't get much cheaper than that. Okay, so now that we've covered everything, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so well done. You've made it to step 1, which is going to involve purchasing your domain name. You can now officially say that you've made your first step to creating your very own website. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to head on over to a website called GoDaddy. Alright, so hit enter, and you're going to be brought to their site. Now, what GoDaddy is basically a search engine for domain names. Now, GoDaddy is one of the biggest suppliers in domain names, so therefore they can offer some really good prices, some really cheap prices. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to use this search bar here, like you'd use a Google search, to search for your new domain name that you're going to go with. I'll give you an example. So just say you excitedly, my business name. So you put in your business name, super excited, you're ready to go. What is this? No, go away. And you hit my business name. And let's see if it's free, and look at that, it's taken. What do you do? Well, at this point you may as well throw in the towel and give up. Only joking. So in this case, this is most likely what you're going to encounter when you're searching for a business name, because your business name or blog name, whatever you're going to go with, a lot of the time a lot of things are taken. So sometimes it takes a bit of ingenuity. You might have to make up words, make up names. Or if you've already got a solid business name in place you want to go with, if you're a business out there, what you're going to want to do is just say you're a media, this is an example, just say you're a media company. So you would put on the end of whatever your business name is, you would put on the end media. And let's search again and see if that's free. And look at that, awesome, it's free. My business name media.com. So for example, you might be called Ascend and you'd be called ascendmedia.com, and that might be free. And that's just as good. And so what you want to do all the time, you want to try and always go with a .com website. Now there's all these other, there's just everything available these days. This is .media, .co, .info, .biz, .net, .au, .com.au, but your most common and your most popular one you should try to get is your .com, because most people don't even know that all these other ones exist. They just assume that every website is called .com. So if you don't have a .com, you're most likely going to lose out on a lot of traffic. There are exemptions to this, because if you're an organization, perhaps you would go with .org. But for today, we're talking about .com is most of the time the best thing you can pick. Alrighty, so just say you've picked your name, and we're going to go with clean. I'm going to go with clean modern website. Let's say I want that. You wouldn't probably want that as your real name, but for the sake of today. And look at that, it's free. Awesome. So I'm happy with that. Your domain name is available. But there's one thing. This is going to cost $12, which is still really cheap. But I told you guys, remember, you're going to get this for just $1. So what you want to do now is you're going to want to go down, and in the description I've got a link which is going to open up and allow you to get your domain for just 99 cents. So I'm going to assume that you've clicked that link, and then once you do that, you hit here, and look at that, you're brought up with, you're going to get your .com for 99 cents. Now what might happen sometimes is with these, sometimes the links get a bit confused and they think you might be from another country. Just simply select your own country. Look at that, easy, done. Now what you're going to do, you've decided on your business name now, blog name, whatever. So I decided on cleanmodernwebsite.com, and you're going to hit search again. And look at that, domain name is available, and how good's that? It's just 99 cents. So you're going to hit add to cart, and then you're going to go continue to cart. So what's going to happen next is you're going to be brought to this screen here, and you're going to be scrolling down. Now this might be already selected for you, privacy protection, so you're going to hit no thanks. You can have privacy protection. It is only $8 extra. It is an optional feature though. Basically what it does is means that if someone wanted to search you through like a Whois directory, they would be able to find some of your details. So it's not necessary, but it's something you can get if you want. But for today, we're going to go no thanks. And then you keep scrolling down and start your website for free. Well, services that these companies usually offer really aren't that good. We're going to create one much better than what they would offer. And then you're going to make sure that you have no thanks selected here, because what it's saying, it wants to create a unique like custom email for your website, and they're asking for $6.49 a month, which really you don't need to pay that, because I'm actually going to show you guys how you can simply make one for free and quite easily. So we'll go through that later on. So with all this being done, you're going to hit continue with these options. Okay, so you're going to be brought to here. You're going to see the codes put in, and now the GoDaddy's trying to be a cheeky devil here, and they've added 2 years on. So what you want to do is you're just going to select 1 year, and look at that. You've got it for just 99 cents, $1. Now, of course, there is a 37-cent tax, because no matter what, you can't avoid taxes. The tax man always has to get something. That's just the world we live in. You can't avoid taxes. Okay, so just make sure you've got everything good to go, right as rain. What you're going to do is you're going to go to proceed to checkout. Alright, so you're going to be brought to this section here. So I'm going to be assuming you don't already have a username and password. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to create account. Okay, so you're going to be brought to this section here, and what you're going to do is you're going to type in your email, your username, your password, make up a password, and then make up some kind of pin. And make sure you don't forget this pin because yeah, GoDaddy might ask for it one day down the track. So think of it, have a pin that's easy to remember. Obviously not 1111, but go with something that's easy enough to remember. Okay, so with your email, you're going to want to put in you're going to want to use an email that you use frequently. It's one that you visit all the time, because you don't want to miss any changes to your account or any updates that you might get from GoDaddy. So I'd highly recommend that you use your personal email for this section. So obviously I'm not going to put in my personal email because it's already taken. I already have an account with GoDaddy, but your best bet would be to put in your personal email here, or one that you use frequently. Then you're going to go through and you're going to go to username. It automatically pre-fills it, username being the same as your email. You're welcome to put in whatever you want. You could, whatever your name is, Isaac777, you put that in, and look, I think it's free. Yeah, it's free, but it's always easiest. You could just do what your pre-fill one is. And then you're going to go down to password, make up whatever you want, make sure that it fills out all the pre-required material, and good. And then you're going to go through, like I said, you want to make sure that your pin is something that you can still remember, because GoDaddy might call you up one day and they ask for identification pin, Just make something that you can remember. Okay, so all that being done, everything's good to go. You're just going to hit create account. That might come up for you. It's just a little error that sometimes comes up. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in your first name, Isaac. Okay, so you put in your address, put it all in. Okay, so you're going to put in your credit card details in. Make sure that's all good. Okay, so once you've put in all your data, you've got everything filled out, everything's done, and then what you want to do is you're going to hit continue. Okay, so well done. You've done it. You've just purchased your own domain name. What's going to happen is you're going to be brought to this screen here, and you're going to have your order details. And I'd recommend clicking this and printing out your receipt or saving it as a PDF. And yeah, you've got all your account information here, and everything's good to go. So what we're going to do next is GoDaddy would have sent us a couple of emails in regards to purchasing our domain. So we're going to go through and go to there. So you're going to go through to your email, and you're going to check your first email you got from. So you got a congratulations, Isaac. You've got your you've purchased your domain. And I would really highly recommend that you save this in some way, star it, whatever, so that you can come back to it at any time, because it's got here your customer number. So you're gonna want to come back to this custom number. Maybe I'd recommend copying and pasting these into a Word document and putting them somewhere, because you're gonna need that customer number to log in once you've logged out. Alright, so that's all good. Don't need to really click anything. Then let's go back. We had another one from them. So you're gonna need a second one saying action required. Please verify your email address. So if you don't verify it, they'll put your domain on hold until you've confirmed that you have a real email address. So you've got here, you're required to put your, so all you're going to do is you can hit verify email now, and it'll load, and your emails are verified. And awesome. So what you can do, see now you've converted into their number there. You can go to my account. Okay, so you'll arrive at this page here, and what it's going to do. It's going to show you, yep, this is your domain that you own. This is going to be your domain. So I've got it here. Mine is cleanmodernwebsite.com. And yeah, this is like where we can control a few things. So if you didn't add privacy and you still want it, you can put that on now. But you've got all this other stuff. Don't need to worry about it. What we're going to do, we're going to leave that for now, because now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to step 2, which is going to be getting our hosting. Geez, you're unstoppable. Step 3, you're getting close now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to installing WordPress. So this is what we're going to use, remember, to build our website. So why do we have to install WordPress, you ask? Well, now that you've got your domain name and hosting, yes, you essentially have got to the point of where we're going to get onto building our website. But let's have a look at our website. So you can do this with yours too. So if you want to put in your website address and hit enter, you're going to be brought to here. So yeah, you probably get to this page and you're like, what is this? That doesn't look like a website. Don't worry. This section, this is what it looks like before we've installed WordPress. So remember this, because this is a big day for you. You'll remember, this is what your website started out as, looking like this, but we're going to soon have it looking spectacular. Alright, so let's get to it then. So what you're going to want to do is go back to your email from HostGator, your account info email that is, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to click on this, and you're going to hit open in new tab, because we want to keep this email open because it's got some important information for us. So you're going to hit new tab, and you'll be brought to here, cPanel. So like I said, cPanel is the back end of your website, and it's going to ask you for your username and your password. So what you're going to want to do is go back here, and your username will be given for you, and you're going to copy that through. Copy and paste it just so you definitely get it right. Then you're going to go back to your password, and you want to make sure that you copy all of it. Like I almost missed it all then. You want to copy that, because remember, you're not going to be able to write it. And you're going to paste that in. Then we're going to hit login. So get excited, because this is going to be logging in to the back end of our website. So you're going to hit login. And look at that. Alrighty, so now you're brought into the control panel. I know you're looking at this, you're just thinking, whoa, I'm in over my head, this looks crazy. I've made it through steps 1 and 2. I'm pretty proud of myself for getting to that, but now this just looks, nah, I'm going to give up, this is too much. It's okay, relax, I'll show you through how we get through this. So, let's go through one of the most important things, I think, which is changing our password, because you really don't want to have to try and go back to your emails every time just for that crazy ass password. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to here, and you'll see a section that says password and security. So like on GoDaddy, you're going to have your old password. So you're going to copy that in, make sure you've got it, and paste it in. Now you just simply make up your own. I'm hoping that by now you would realize it's smart to use the same one you probably used for GoDaddy and you probably use everywhere. Use that. put it in and hit change your password now. Wait for it to redirect you back. And it's probably going to ask you to log in again. I didn't know to do that, but hey, it's always fun to do, to log in twice, isn't it? So, oh, it's remembering me now. So you're going to click that, and you can put in your brand new password and hit enter, and boom, logged in, and that's with your brand new password. Alright, so we're back to this super confusing looking area. We don't need to worry about anything else, what any of this means, really. For today, all we needed to go to is a button called WordPress Installer. Okay, so depending on your speed of your internet connection, will vary about how long it'll take. And okay, so you see below here, let a pro do it for you. WordPress all-in-one. Yeah, you're not going to pay this amount of money. You don't need someone to do it for you, because remember, I'm here to show you how to do it, saving you a heap of money. So you're going to hit click your domain there, and you want to make sure that nothing is selected in your directory, because you don't want it to install onto maybe, I don't know, your website.com/ whatever you accidentally put there, because it'll install it to that and not actually to your whole website. So what you're going to do, this is starting to get to the exciting part, you're going to hit next. Alright, so you're going to get to this next part, and what it's going to ask for is some install details. So it's going to have your blog title, admin user, da 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 da. So for your blog title, you can change this at any time. So basically, just you can put in your business name there, your website name, your domain name, whatever really. You're going to put in, I'm just going to put in clean. I'm just going to put in clean modern website, and then admin user. So make up something that you'll remember. It can be your full name, or you can just have something like, maybe I'm going to put in Isaac B, and remember, this is what you're going to use to log in. And then you're going to have your first name and your last name, and then you're going to put in your email address. So alright, so once all your information's in, you're going to want to come down here and tick your terms of service, make sure it's ticked, and have that automatically create a new database for this installation. So before you go ahead, make sure you've got the username that you want to use, and you've got all this information filled out, and make sure you have your correct email. So the email that you've been using for everything today, put that in there. Then we're going to hit install. This is getting on to the exciting part. This is installing WordPress. So you're going to hit install. And look at this, it's installing. The anticipation. It's building our website. It's moving on, and look at that. I think it's done. Alright, so now that WordPress is installed, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go check your emails again, because you're going to have got an email from HostGator about your recent WordPress installation, and you're going to get this saying, congratulations, your new WordPress has been install has been completed. Pretty exciting, really, because you've made it. You really have. You've made it a long way. We're really on our way now to building your website. So you're going to have, this is a very important section here again. So what we're going to have is, we're going to go to this link here. This link, what it's going to do is it's going to enable us to log in to our website. What you're going to want to do is put that up there. You're going to paste that in, hit enter, And this is officially where the back end of your website. So now what you're going to want to do is go back to here, and remember that was the username we made up before when we installed it, so don't forget that one, what you made it, because you actually can't change that later on. And then you're going to go back down to your password. Oh, and look at this again, we've got some crazy password. I hope Isaac shows me how to change that. Yes, I will. And we're going to go put your password in here. Now I'm going to build the anticipation, because once we hit this login button, our website is going to officially be live. So we're going to click it in 3, 2, 1, and go. Logging in, and welcome to WordPress. So we're going to have this come up here. Now this is the official, I know I've said it many times, but you can think of cPanel as the back end, the very back end, but this is the website builder. This is the back end of our website. This is going to be where all the magic is going to happen. So you're probably looking at this and you still might be feeling a little bit confused. But remember, I'm going to show you through this, and by the end of this tutorial, you're going to be a WordPress pro. So by now you're probably thinking, well, all this is done. Can I look at my website? Yes, you can. You can see what your website looks like so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to here. It's going to say your web, whatever yours is up here, and you're going to hit visit site. Alright, so get excited. This is your official website. And then there you go. You'll be brought to here and it's official. You now have a website. Pat yourself on the back. That's quite an accomplishment. A lot of people never get to this point of even knowing how to do any of this themselves. So pat yourself on the back, you've made it a long way. But I'm guessing some of you are probably sitting there thinking, so I just wasted this time to get a website that looks like this. It looks okay and it's pretty cool that I have my own website, but it looks a little basic. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it looks very basic. But remember, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through fully customizing your theme, which means we're moving on to our final step, which is creating our website. Well done, you've made it to step 4, the final step. I know I've already said it, but you really should pat yourself on the back because you've made it a long way. You've made it through. Some of you might have started out, you didn't even know what a domain is. Now you've bought yourself a domain, you've set up hosting, you've connected hosting and your domain together, and then you've installed WordPress. That's quite an accomplishment, so really well done. Awesome. Because now we're going to get on to the best part, which is actually creating our website. And this part is going to be a lot more fun. So let's go to your website. So remember, you're going to type in your website. Now to get to the back end, remember what we do? We type in WP admin. So this is going to bring us to the back end of our website. Always remember that. So when you no longer watching this video, and in the future when you need to change things about your website, you just go to WP admin and hit enter. Now you're going to be brought to here. So this is where we log into our website. Now I'm hoping that you remember your username here. So you're going to put that in, your username, and then your password. So if you have, I can't remember, it's a very long one. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your emails and you're going to find remember you got a thank you email, thanks for creating your, wrong one. So remember, you're going to go to this one here, and this is the one we got from HostGator when we set up our WordPress. And see, if you did forget your username, it's there for you. But here's the big long password. I'm going to show you guys how we can change that once we log in, because it's going to be too hard to remember. But let's just put that there and hit login. Okay, so here we are, back to WordPress again. So this is officially WordPress. I know you've already seen it before, but now we're going to really go through it, because this is going to be when we're going to be creating our website. So you can click this off. I don't need help, because you're going to get someone that's going to help you. You're watching this video. Okay guys, so before we get on to installing the WordPress theme and fully customizing our website, let's just get one more thing out of the way, which is we want to change our password. So, because you don't want to have to copy and paste that really long one in every time. So we may as well get the last little mundane task out of the way. So you're going to go to here, which is up here will be your username, and you're going to go edit my profile. Now you're going to scroll down to the very bottom, and you're going to see a thing that says generate password, new password. You just click that. Now it generates you a crazy ass long one again, but you can type in whatever you would like to have. So let's just say I type in my new password that I'd like, and it said that it's okay. Make sure you know what you wrote, because it doesn't actually, which I find really funny, it doesn't do a compare one, which is, I'm just going to make sure one more time, because that's very strange. It doesn't do a compare. But anyway, we'll go, you're going to hit update profile, and that will work effective immediately. Alright, so we're back here. So before we get on to installing the theme, let's just do a quick little rundown of everything we have here. So we're going to go through it all individually for seeing things, but let's just a quick overview. So this here is your dashboard. Now you have things here like your posts. We'll go into that later, but that's how you create posts. This is media, so this is where we can add new photos, videos, images, everything there. Pages, so they are what, we'll go into that more as well, but pages are essentially like these, they'll come up looking like this on the top of your website. So pages are like what you use as where your menus are. And appearance is where we're going to go to installing our theme. Plugins we're going to go into as well. Basically what plugins are great little ways of improving the functionality of your website and allowing it to be able to do extra things that it couldn't previously do. So that users is just like your username is this here, and then tools. You don't probably really need to worry about that. And then we've got our settings here, which again you probably don't need to worry about too much, but I can go into a little bit. Alright, so that's the structure of WordPress. Alright, so we're just going to do a little bit more housekeeping. So these are just some good things that we can do to speed up our website and also just clean it up a bit, because it's a lot to look at sometimes. So firstly, I would just recommend you go through and you click these just to close them up. That looks a lot nicer. Then what we're going to also do is we're going to go into settings and down to a thing called permalinks. Now by default it is on a thing called a custom name structure of post name, month, day. Now if you're sitting there confused, basically what this means is that when you make posts in the future for your website, it's going to have a structure up in the URL up here of, it would have whatever you've called your post, and then it will have the month you put it up, and then it would have the day. Now you don't really ever see many websites having that, and this is just not a good thing to have, because it confuses the Google Search Console, which is what's used to help rank your website. And when you have something like that, it can severely affect your ranking on on Google, which means less traffic to your website, really. So what you want to do is go to here and click post name, and now it'll just do whatever you call your post will be at the end there, which is a lot nicer looking, and it's much better for the Google Search Console. Alright, so once that's done, you're going to scroll down and you're going to make sure you hit Save Changes. You're going to wait for that to go, and all good. Change it, saved. Now, we're going to go into the plugin section and open that up, because what you'll find is it is flooded with all this, I'll call it bloatware, bloat plugins that just aren't needed. So we're going to go to Akismet. We don't need that one, and we're going to go to Google Analytics, check that. Hello Dolly, Jetpack, it's not needed. Mojo and Optin, it's yet again not needed. And I'll show you a much better contact form to have, so you can uncheck that. So you're going to click all of them and you're going to hit bulk actions, and you are going to hit delete. So, and then you can hit apply, and it's going to remove all those. And so, are you sure you want to get rid of them? Yes, you do. So you're just going to let it go through and do its business. I'm going to show you some much better plugins that we're going to be able to install. So just wait there while it does it all for us. Oh, okay, so it's asking me to deactivate it first and then delete it, so that's annoying. Okay, so you hit that and delete. Okay. Alright, let's just do this. Click up there and it ticks all of them, and you're just going to go delete now that they're deactivated. Hit that and okay. Okay, it should be deleting it. Yes, I do want to delete them, please. Okay, so we have to go through individually. So you want to hit that. Get rid of that. We don't need it. And we don't need this one. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. So you're going to get rid of that and hit OK. And I'm going to show you guys how we can get I'm going to give you some much better plugins than what initially comes with it. So finally hit delete there. Okay, so now that we've done all our housekeeping, everything's good, cleaned up, let's go on to installing our theme. So what you're going to want to do is go to Appearance, Themes. Now you'll see here, this is the theme that's installed, the very, very basic looking theme. What we're going to want to do though is we want to put a much nicer looking one. So we're going to go to Add New. And there are literally thousands and thousands of websites. And a lot of them, the free ones especially, are just, they're really not very nice looking. But I've done my searching. I searched for a long time for this, but I was able to find a theme that is completely free, and it's just an amazing theme to use as a base to build up to a really nice looking website. So what you want to do is you want to go to this here, you want to hit search for themes, and you're going to type in Hestia, and it's going to do the search for you, and it's going to bring it up. What you're going to do is you're going to hit install, and it's going to start installing it for us. And then what you want to do is you want to hit activate. Alright, so let's just confirm that the new theme has installed. So we're going to go to here and click visit site. So the theme has installed, and as you can see, it is very, very basic looking. But now I'm going to take you guys through step by step how we're going to fully customize out this theme so that it's going to turn into an incredible looking site. Alright, so let's get onto it. So the first thing I want you doing is going up here, and we're going to go back to our dashboard. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to pages, and you're going to hit add new. Now what I want you to do here is type in for me home. Make sure you've got a capital H there, home, put that in, and then just hit publish. Done. And then what we're going to do, repeat the process. You're going to hit add new again, and you're going to type for me blog and hit publish. Okay, and then the next step I want you to do is you're going to go to setting, reading. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to change it to static page. You're going to change home page to home and post page to blog, and you're going to hit save changes for me. Now if we have a look back at our site, you'll see that it's started to apply a few changes for us. So we're going to go back to our site, and you can hit visit, have a look. There you go. So as you can see, it's starting to kind of look like the website that we had, but it's still quite far from it. So we're going to go through further now into customizing it. So the next thing you're going to want to do then is you're going to go back to our dashboard again, and what we're going to do now is install some of the recommended plugins that are used to make this work, that are used for this theme. So you're going to go to appearance, and then you're going to go about Hestia here, and it'll have two little notifications, and you'll see why in a moment. So you're going to hit there, about Hestia, and what I want you to do is go to recommended actions, and then what you're going to do is you're going to hit install and activate the theme aisle companion, and then what you're going to do also is install pirate forms. So put that in for me, and that's going to be helping with creating our really nice looking contact form. Okay, so now let's have a look back at our website and see what those two plugins have helped with. So if you go back here and hit visit site, and if I scroll down for you guys, as you can see, it's starting to look a lot nicer. We've got our testimonials section now. We've got our about, and then we've got the blog there, and look now, we've got that really nice looking contact form. So we just want to make sure that this contact form is all linked up with our site. So what you want to do then for that is you're going to go to dashboard, and you're going to go down to pirate forms, which is what we installed, remember. So you're just going to click that one for me. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're here is you're going to go to options, and what I want you to do is make sure it should have already pre-filled your email. Whichever email you signed up for, it would have pre-filled it here. So whenever someone uses a contact form, it's going to go to that email. So if for any reason you want to change it to a different one, you can just type it in there and hit save changes. But something I would recommend is changing this default one that they make here to so that the contact, you get a notification, go to that email as well, whatever email you specify, and then just simply hit save changes. All good. So with all that done, next we want to go to this section, how to use, and you'll see a little bit of text here, and what I want you to do is copy that, and we're going to go back to pages, add new. Now you're going to type here contact, just like we did last time, and make sure that you select text here, because this is where we put in code, and then you're just going to hit paste, put it in there, and hit publish. Okay, so now that we've done that, it means that our contact form is synced up with our site and also with your specified email. So now that'll be set up for people to be able to contact you. Okay, so now that we've got all the more mundane stuff out of the way of customizing our site, let's move on to more of the fun stuff. So if you want to go back to our website, just have a quick look, you'll notice here that we don't have a menu up here. There's nothing here yet. So what we're going to do is you're going to go back to your back to the dashboard, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to appearance and then menus. So what we want to do next is you're going to hit create a new menu, and what I want you to do for me is call this top menu, and then just hit create. And then what you want to do is you're going to go through and tick each of these and hit add to menu. So they've all been added there, and then you're going to hit and then make sure that you click primary menu, so that's so that it'll display up the top here. You'll see in a moment, and then we just hit save changes. Alright, so if we go back to our site now, and now you notice that we've got our menu up here. So now I'm just going to quickly show you how we can put these in any order we like, because you might look at this and I think that it looks wrong to have contact before home or blog. So you want to have home first really, and then maybe blog and then contact. So what I want you to do next is hit customize, and then come down to the menu section here, and you go to the top menu, and then just easily you can hit put the home at the top. I'd advise having contact as the last one, then blog, and look at that, looks a lot nicer now, much better. Okay, and then hit publish. Now we can exit that. Alright, so our menu is looking pretty nice now. It has it's very clean looking, basic looking, but I'm willing to bet you're probably thinking, but it doesn't have those little icons. Well, now we're going to move on to, I'm going to show you how we can get those icons. So what you're going to do is go back to dashboard, and we're going to go to plugins, add new. Now what I want you to type in is menu icons, and then you'll have this one here, and then you're just going to simply click install now, and then activate. Oh, okay, so now we've got our menu icons installed. You'll see what this does. So if we go back to our menu section, so let's go to menus, and we're going to go through, and you'll see now that there's a section to select an icon. So you can hit that, and you have this absolutely massive selection of what you would like, and you can even search. So you can type in home, and look at that. So that's going to be for our home. I'm going to hit select, I'd like that one, and hit good. Yep. And then our blog section, let's find an icon for that. So going back, maybe for our blog we could have, what would look good for, so you can have anything you'd like to have for your blog, but I think this one here, write blog, looks the best. So you could have that icon there. Remember, you can go through and whatever menus you've created, follow the process I've given you, and then you can apply any of these here. So we're just going to hit select for our blog, and down, and then you're going to go to the contact, and I want you to hit select, and then I want you to type in mail, and we're going to have this one here. We're going to select this because that's a good looking little icon to have for our contact. Then you can hit select. Okay, so now we've applied some icons to our menu. You just want to hit save. Remember, you can put whatever you'd like for those, it's up to you. Okay, so let's have a look back at our menu. So we're going to go to visit site, and look at that. It just takes it to a whole new level really. It looks so much better with those little icons there. Now, so alright, so what if you want to have a few more What if you want to have other things up here, like perhaps services or an about section? Well, I'll show you how we do that. So you're just going to go here, you're going to go back to our dashboard. So then we're going to go back to pages, add new. So just say I wanted to add in an about section. We're going to have an about section on the main page anyway, but this is just so that you guys know how you actually create these, can create your whatever menus you'd like to have at the top. So just say we make an about, and you'd be able to go through and write whatever you'd like here. So you could have it, it would be good, I think anyway, to have it as a nice separate about that people can click to, and perhaps this about section could go into far more detail than the one we're going to have on the front page. So that's what you can use that for. So all you just do is you hit publish. So that's now what is called a page. So what we do is we go back to our menu, we go back to menus, and what you'll notice is that now we have an about section that's there. So we can simply just hit add to menu, and you can actually, it should work if you just go drag the about up there, because I think it makes most sense to have about first, and then let's select an icon for that. So you're gonna hit, we can hit select here, and I think an icon for what, for an about, I think that looks like something that represents about. You're just gonna hit that. You can have whatever you like, and then just hit select, and there we go. So if we hit save menu, and that should be all done. So you can use that process that I've just shown you now of you go through, you create a page, and then you come back to menus, and it should be here. All you just do is tick it, add to menu, and then that's how you can create whatever you would like at the top bar menu, and then you have whatever icon you want. So let's just have a look back at our site again and go back to visit site, and as you can see, there is now an about section, and it just, yeah, and then now, so now we have an about section. Okay, so there's our top bar menu done. So it's starting to look really nice, I reckon. So what we're going to do is now is we're going to go down to the bottom, and I'm going to show you guys. So if we've got here, you'll notice that it's got this down here. I don't think it's needed in the footer. I think what's better is to have our social media icons down the bottom here, because people a lot of the time they expect to look somewhere, maybe the header or the footer, and go to find your social media icons. And I think a good place to put them is at the bottom. So let's go through how we can add our social media icons onto the bottom. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to customize, and what I want you to do is go to menus, then you're going to go to social menu, and you can change this to footer. I'm going to simply change this to footer and socials footer, and then what I want you to change it to is tick footer menu and untick. So with this customizer here, you get to see everything happening live. So if we scroll down now and have a look, we should have them there. And there you go, look at that. There's all our social media icons. Now, of course, if people clicked them, they wouldn't go to anything, but all you have to do for that is you go through and you just simply put in your Facebook page here, and so you can go through, you can put in your Twitter, you could put in your Google, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Pinterest, or your YouTube. Now, just say for you don't have, because most people, they're not going to have all of these, so you can completely edit it out. So just say most people don't have Google Plus. It's just something that's not really used all that much. So just say you don't want to have that on your website. All you do is simply just hit remove, and you'll see that it is now removed, that section. So you could go through, and maybe you don't have Pinterest either, so you can just simply hit remove on that, and all good. So it's just that easy that you can remove ones that you just don't think are needed, and then you just hit publish and exit out of that. And now we have our menu done. It's starting to look really nice. And then we've got our social media icons that just look awesome. Okay, so our website is really starting to come together now. So let's get on to changing our display image here. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is go to a new tab, and I want you to type in Pixabay. So go to that site there, Pixabay. Now, so what this site is a massive resource of just thousands, well actually I should say millions of royalty-free images. Well, what's royalty-free mean? Royalty-free means that there's no copyright on them, which is very important for your website. You don't want to be putting on images that you just take from anywhere and they're got copyright behind them, because you can be up for massive costs. So there's the sort of thing you have to be careful of when you're running a website or creating a website. Make sure that everything you have on there you have a license for. And luckily there's websites out there like this that offer just millions of free photos that they're not just average photos either. They're just incredible, really good photos that you can use completely free on your site with no hassle. So alright, so let's go through and let's find a really good image to use for our header. So if you want to have the same one that I've used, this is one I used anyway, is I just typed in aerial man, and then if you scroll down, there we go, there's a really there's a one that I found that we used for the top. Now you can get whatever picture you want to have there. Yeah, so this is just an example of what you can use, but you can go out there and you can find whatever you want to use. I just thought this was a really nice image to use, but you're welcome to use whatever you'd like. Find something that represents your business really. So you want to download this version here. We don't need the big giant 5,000 megapixels because it's going to be too much. Although it'll be nice, it's just too much for your site to handle, and it'll slow down the functionality. All that is needed is just an image like this. So you just hit download, and that'll download for us. So before we go any further, I just want to show you how amazing this really is. So if you just typed in mountain, and maybe you wanted to have a mountain for the top, you've got all these incredible images here that you could use for your site. It's just, there's endless. There is so much to choose from. Okay, so now that we've downloaded that image, what I want you to do is go back to here, and you're going to hit customize, and you'll be brought to this section. Now, this section here, we've already used it, but just a quick overview. Basically, this is where we can go through and we can fully customize everything about our site, and it updates it in real time, which is just awesome. And what's even better is it has this easy navigation. So you can simply select, just like if you click here, this is actually our image, our big image behind here. So if you hit that, it's going to take you straight to our image. It's in the background, so you can change this to whatever you like. So I'm going to go through, and you just hit upload a new file. So something really easy to do for uploading your file is you can actually grab this and then just drop the file in. Easy as that, and it'll upload for us. Take a little bit of time, and then awesome, so that image is now in. You just hit choose image. Now we just wait a little bit because it will update, and look at that. That is just, it's starting to look nice now. So the next thing I want us to do is let's go through and change our heading. So our heading text. So what you're going to do is hit this one here, and that's our title. So what did I had inspire here. But remember, you can have written whatever you like there. You could perhaps have welcome, or your name of your business, your website, just anything that you think will really draw people in. Then this part here, you can just type in whatever you'd like, and it'll update it in real time. If you don't want anything there, simply leave it blank and it'll remove it for you like that. So that's really cool about it. And then we've got our call to action here. So you can change this to whatever you'd like. So perhaps you want to just have it as, I think a good one is find out more. So people click that and you could direct them to whatever page you like. So maybe you wanted it to go to your contact section, I'm not sure. You could simply just hit, I would go open link in new tab, and we're just gonna copy that across. That's our URL, and then you could hit that there, and now when people click that, I could try it out now. When people click that, it takes them to the contact form, and you can have that as whatever you like. So don't worry, I'm going to show you how to make this contact form look a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's just a really good way. You can have it linked to your about section, anything really that you'd like to have people linked to. So once that's done, just simply hit publish, and you're good to go. Okay. So the next thing we're going to be moving on to is, let's go on to actually how you can put whatever logo you would like to have here. So I'm betting some of you probably think, I'm just starting out, I don't have a logo, I don't have a business logo done up. Well, you're in luck, because I'm going to show you how you can do it for free. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars to have someone design you a logo, you can go through and create something yourself quite easily it'll make do for now, really. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to a site called Logo, type in Logo Maker with an R at the end, open that up, and this is a free logo making site. So for example, let's say we go through here, you can go browse all logos. These are all completely royalty free things that you can use. So then we go to abstract and find something that maybe represents your business, an icon. So perhaps you're scrolling down and you spot this one, you think, well, that one really represents my business. You can just simply hit select that, and then go up to save and download and agree, and you'll have your logo. So what I want you to do now is go back to here and go to customize, and you're going to hit, once it loads, you're going to hit the little blue icon here for our logo, and this is where we can upload our logo. So if we go select, upload, and then drop files here to upload, and there we go, we've got it in there, and we hit select. Make sure that you get the whole logo, and then just hit crop. Now we'll have, and now we'll let that load up, and look at that, we've got a really nice looking logo there, and as you scroll down, it automatically becomes part of the heading like that. Now of course you can go through and you could select, you could pick out of all these here, there's so many that you could have as your little icon, your little logo for your site. Yeah, so you could have literally anything. So some of you are probably thinking, but what if I want to have text beside it? Well, you can do that too. So if we go back to what we made, so if we go back to that one we selected, Oh, we've got 2 now. So you can just put that off to the side, and let's just say you had something here. Let's call it clean website. So this is the name of your website. It could be your own name, whatever you'd like. Clean website. Okay, and then you can drag it to wherever you'd like, and just say, there, that's looking excellent. That's what I'd like. And you can change that text color to whatever you'd like. So maybe we would make it white because we want it to display on our website. And then you just hit again, save, and download and agree. So that's downloaded, and we go back here, we hit change logo and upload. Select our file, and then make sure you highlight all of it and hit crop image. Now let's have a look what that looks like. Now look at that, even better. That looks really, really nice. So you can use that. You can use this site to make any logo that you would like to make up. Now, just to cover one more area of logo, just say you're more of a blogger, or you're creating a website that's for yourself, like a personal brand. You don't want it to be like a business look. Maybe you just want to have your name there. You could use the same process, or what you could do is just say we remove that, and so it goes back to what it used to be, and just say you were creating your own personal brand and you just wanted to call it whatever your name is. So maybe you're an entrepreneur out there who's looking to have their own personal website. This is how you can do it. So if you type in your name, and then what you do is hit publish, and you would have now you would have your name up there. So that's how you can just have a simple looking one. Alright, so now that that's done, we've done our whole top part of our website. Now let's start moving down our site and customizing it out even further. Alright, so let's move on to the next section of our site. So this is where we can display our services, products, anything we offer, really just anything you would like to display here. You can fully customize it out. So let's go through how we can do that. So you're going to go back to customize and wait for it to load, and you're going to go to your site, and we've got this here. So we've got all our little blue dots again. So we'll hit this one here, and this is to change our heading. So maybe you could have in this section services, perhaps, or you could have offers, or what we offer. Really, you can put whatever you want. It's up to you. You can put whatever you want, and you could have whatever text you'd like to have here, or you could have no text. So you could type in whatever you'd like, and it'll update in real time. And so that's your secondary subtitle. So I don't really think you need it, but you can use that as an option to put in whatever you'd like. Alright, so now let's go on to how we can make these whatever we'd like to have. So we've got our first one. You can change this text to whatever you'd like. So maybe you could make the heading results. You can make the heading results, and because you offer a result, and then you can have a little text down here of just a short little explanation of why you offer results. And yeah, so just say what I had was responsive, and you can type that in, and now we can change that to whatever icon we'd like, and it'll update it in real time. We can even make links to things. So just say maybe you're a YouTuber, and you wanted to have it linking to a YouTube channel. You can look at this. We can go through and we could click YouTube. We could change it to that, and then if we go down, you could have your link to you'd put in your YouTube link there, and then what it would do is people could click that and it would take them through to your YouTube channel. So let's just quickly go through and just say we edited it all out. So just say I wanted to have that, and I'll have responsive, and then go through and we'll do the second one. So we do our second one. Quality, I don't really like that image. You could have maybe a diamond looks better, which I do. I think it looks much better. And you could make it. You could put in whatever text you like there, and then you could have a link to something that you would like to have it linked to there. Okay, and then you can go through and you can change your third and final one and just say it was affordable. So you wanted to have affordable written there, and you'd obviously want a better looking icon you'd want a more applicable icon, and you would find money, and there we go, it would change it for us. And yeah, we'll just remove that as well. And you can even add a new feature, so you could add another one in. I recommend 3 is a good amount. I don't think you need too many more, but for the sake of it, if you would like another one, just say we've got the bike, and it would be below there, and yeah, and then you would have your other one there. But I don't think you need too many more than 3. It's up to you, because you can simply click delete field. And remember, you could edit this out as much as you like. You could delete both these fields and have just one big service in the middle. Really, just the sky is the limit here. That's what's incredible about this theme, is you can just go through and you can fully customize it out. Okay, and then what you just want to do is make sure you hit publish. And if we go back to our site now, there we go. Look at that. That's looking it's starting to look really good. Okay, so now we're going to move down our website even further. So if we want to go back to customize, now you might have this little message come up, just click customize new changes, and then scroll down. And now, because I know people would ask, is you can change, yes, you can change this to whatever you'd like. Same process that we've done. So if you'd like a different image here, you would just hit that section there, and there we go, just hit change image, and then you can, same process I've shown you, is you just upload it and then hit select, and it will update it for you, and you can have whatever image you like there. So moving down, let's go on to our about section. So clicking our little icon there to take us to the right part, you can make this about. So or you can have whatever your text you want there. You could have it about us. If you've got a multiple, you've got a team there, or maybe it's just about yourself. You could have about me. So then you could have your tagline in here, perhaps. Yeah, so you could have that in there, but I don't think you need it. So you could have about there, and then let's go through and see how we do each of these. So just say we've got our first team member. You could go through and you could upload whatever image you would like for there. So you would just simply hit that, and you would hit upload file. We'd select the image of yourself, put that in, let it upload, and all we do is just insert into post. And no, that is not a photo of me, but yeah, we're going to insert it into post, and there we go, all good. Now you'll notice they are slightly different in size. What you could do is when you upload your own images, they should naturally go to the same size. It's just that this is already a pre-filled image. But if you do want it, you like that size there, and you want to keep that size, the dimensions of it are 400 by 400 pixels. So that's the dimension size you would upload it in, and it'll come up looking like that. So on to the next part is, as you can see, we have all of these links here. So we can go through and we can completely customize each one of these links, and we can go through and completely customize all of these links, which means you can have whoever you are there, you could add links to all of your different things. So just simple as you would paste in your Facebook page there, your Google Plus account, your Twitter account, and your LinkedIn. What's even better is that, just say that you don't have, like again, you don't have a, no one really uses Google Plus, so you don't want that there to be displayed, just hit remove, and in real time it'll update it. So I think that's really good like that, and that's what you can do as well. And yeah, so you would just go through and you can change each member to your own images, your own names, and their role. You can also go through, just say you've only got 2 people on your team, 1 person. You can easily go through and simply delete the person and it'll remove them, and we can do that with this one too, and delete. So if you wanted to add another member, just say you accidentally deleted one, you realize you wanted them, or maybe you have more than 4 members, you can just hit add team member, and it's as simple as going through, uploading your image, giving it a title, subtitle, text, and then filling out all the relevant links. So yeah, that is our about section. As you can see, it's very easy to edit and you can make it completely your own. Okay, so now we've got the about section done. We're going to move down. Just quickly, we'll go over the testimonial section. So it's the exact same process as before. We can go through and we can customize this. So you can have it as whatever you want, which say maybe what people say, and you can get rid of this here because again I don't reckon you need that second one. And look, you can go through and change each one of your testimonials individually, change the image of the person, and each of these things here. So it's just really easy to do, not much work, and it comes out looking really nice. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, well, what happens if I don't want a testimonial section? What if it's not my sort of thing I want for my site? Maybe you've got a blog or a personal site, or you just don't want testimonials in general. I hear you don't have to have it. So simply, you can just click, if you hit disable section, and like that, it will just simply remove our testimonial section. And if you untick it, it'll come back. So easy like that. And you can do that with any of the sections. If you don't want this about like that, if you went back to that area, you could just easily click disable and it would remove it. So it's very easy, all of it. So yeah, that's the testimonial section. If you notice, we scroll down here, you'll notice that it goes into our blog section. But I told you guys we were going to be creating a email subscription area. So that's what we're going to integrate now. So, and this is going to be probably one of the most important things on your website. So before we go on to that, just make sure with all the changes we've made so far that you don't exit out of them. You just hit publish, and everything we've done so far will be saved and made live on your site. Okay, so how we do it is we're going to go back to customize. You'll come back to here, and what you want to go to is front page sections. Now, what you'll see is that there's a thing here called subscribe, and you'll notice that it's got a little eye with a line through it. We're just going to click that. It's because the section has been disabled. So by default, it's disabled. So now if we scroll down, you'll see that we have a subscribe to our newsletter section, but there's nothing in it yet. That's because we haven't installed the plugin that needs to be used for it. So how we do that is we go to this little section here, it says Send in Blue plugin. Simply just hit install and activate. Okay, so once that's done, it'll come up looking like this. Now what you want to do is hit publish and make sure all the new changes we put in have been saved. And then, so now what you want to do is exit out of this. And you want to go back to your dashboard and then go down to the Send in Blue plugin. So now we have to configure Send in Blue. So first we need to configure the plugin. So if we just want to go through and go create account. So you just put in your company, just really whatever your business name is, or your blog name, anything. It doesn't, in the end, it doesn't actually really matter that much. And then put in your email, make up a password, and just hit get started. So what you want to do is go on up to your emails, and there you go. You've got you've got your email from Send in Blue. You just simply hit confirm my email address. So yeah, so you'll be brought to here. Now after you've done that, it means you've confirmed everything. You want to go back to your website where you were, and you're going to hit get your API key from your account. So just simply hit that, and then you're just going to get your API key, which is here, and then you're just going to hit copy and take it back and hit that and log in, and you come up saying you have successfully activated your account. Okay, so all that's set up, good to go. Now what you want to do is you want to go back to your site, and you want to go back to the customize section again, and you just want to go to remember our front page, subscribe, and you'll have a crazy looking code. All you do is copy that. Now we go back to our dashboard again. I hope you guys are keeping up. Okay, so what we want to do next is go to Send in Blue. Then we want to go to Forms, and you want to go to Edit in your default form section, and you will simply paste in the code that we had before, remembering to delete the one that we had, delete what we had there previously, and then just simply hit save. Awesome, so that's all good. Alright, so once that's done, we've just got one last thing to do to make sure this works. I know it's a bit of a process, but this is probably one of the most, if not the most important thing you can do for your website, because if you can get a subscription base, an email base, really it's the best way for you to grow. So we're just going to, one final thing is we're going to go to customize, and we're going to go to front page sections, and you go back to subscribe again, and what you want to do now, you'll see that it looks still a bit plain, so you go add widget, and you scroll down until you see Send in Blue widget. click on that one. Let it load up, and then hit apply. And there you go. Look at that. Fantastic. So people can then type in their email, their email here, subscribe, and you can start building up a base of subscribers to your website. So yeah, one final thing is you can actually change the image again to whatever you like. So go through, have a look through Pixabay again, find an image and have it there as your background. So there you have it. Now you've got a subscription section on your website. Okay, so now let's move on to our next section, which is our blog section of your website. Now, yes, we're going to have the ability to have a blog up here, a separate section for your blog, but this is just to be able to display maybe your most recent article, which is its default setting. It'll display your most recent article here. Let's go through how do you make a post. So first I want us to make sure we publish this, and then we can exit that, and I'll show you guys. So you want to go back to our dashboard, becoming our favorite place now, and you want to go to posts. Now these are posts are where you make your posts, this is where you go to put out content onto your blog. So you just want to go to here, and we don't need this this one here that they've created. We'll get rid of this here. We can make our own. So what you want to do is you can just hit add new, and we're going to go through now and make a post. So you saw on my original one I had a made up post about the benefits of a morning routine, and morning routine is actually something I'm actually a very big believer in myself, something I've got into. The reason I've integrated is because the way you start off your day impacts how you'll feel for the entire day. And you've probably all heard about morning routines and their importance, but so many of us just put things off and we don't try to integrate them into our life. And I've found, at least since I've integrated it into my life, it's had a massive impact. So if you are interested, I'll eventually be creating a video on that, but we're digressing a little bit now. So yeah, you can just type in whatever you'd like here, and then so you can type in whatever here. You can add images in. I'll just give you a quick rundown. So just say you wanted to add an image in of just say you had yourself an image. Maybe you'd find your own, and you can move it to wherever you like, and we would have our image in there. And yeah, it's easy to use. It's almost like using Word. You just go through and you type it all out, put in images. Here's all your images. You can put in links. You can do bold, italic, whatever you want really. And something you always want to remember when you make a blog post is to set a featured image. It's basically the image that will be displayed on the front of the blog post. You'll see in a minute what I mean. So I've got an image already that I found, and then we just hit set featured image, and then all you do is hit publish. Great. So now if we go back to our site, and there we go. So we've got our blog post, whatever's our most recent one comes up, is displayed here. So you probably want to change this thing saying uncategorized because it doesn't look very nice. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. So you're just going to go to your dashboard again. And then what you want to do is go to categories, post categories, and you can go through and just simply make your own categories. So you can make it whatever you want. You could have it as motivation maybe, and then you just hit add new category, and just like that you'll have it added. And then you can edit this one. So maybe you just wanted to change it to instead self development, and then just hit update. Now if we have a quick look back at our website, you'll now see that it's got in its own little section of self-development. So that's our blog section done. We've just got one final section to go. And it's probably the second most important part of our website, which is our contact form. Okay, so what you want to do is go back to customize, and then you're just going to scroll down on your website, and then actually I've just spotted that. Change that. You don't need that, I don't think. Get rid of it, and there we go. Looks much better. You could do that for yourself. And then coming down, this is our contact section. Now this is where we go through and we can completely edit this. So what you want to do first is you can change get in touch. You can make that contact us, or contact me if you're just one person. Contact me, really just, or even just simply contact. Easy as that. And then we can change the second tagline, so something as simple as that. And then you can change this here. So if you wanted that to just be contact, you can change that. And then next what you want to do is you want to go to contact content, and you want to go contact, that's a mouthful, but yeah, contact content edit. Click that, and now this is what you'll see here. So you can make this whatever you want. You can make this our location, and then type in whatever you want, and then you can go through and you can make this whatever you like. Maybe just call me, and then edit your name in there, or your company name, business name, blog name, whatever you would like, and then just simply hit save and close. Now you'll wait and it'll update there. So that is, as you can see, it is an absolutely fantastic looking contact page. There's a lot of contact pages out there that just look so bland and boring, but this one, as you can see, is just really nice. Let's just publish it. So remember, you can go through and edit this however you like, but yeah, let's publish that. And now another thing I should have said is change this big image here to whatever you like as well, simply through the customization section. So if you just hit change image, and you can make it whatever you like. So what we're going to go through now and do is just tidy up our menu sections here, because remember, these lead to separate pages. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and then you can apply it to whatever new pages you eventually may create. So you're going to go to about. Now if you look at it, it looks very, very boring, but I'll show you how you can make up your about page. So what you want to do is just simply hit edit page, and you'll put in your about. So you put in your about yourself, or about your business, or your blog, whatever you've got. What you want to make sure you do is set a featured image for this, and you'll see why in a moment. So if we make a featured image for this, let's just say we're going to go with this one. Remember, you can make it whatever you like. Just for sake of today though, I'm just going to make it this one. So we hit update, and now if we hit preview changes, we can see what we just did. And as you can see, look at that. That is just so much better looking. Obviously, you would probably have a lot more text here, and you could go through and you could add more spacing and it would make this bit bigger, but there we go. That's our about section, and then we can just simply go through and do the same thing for each one. So just say we've got our blog here. Again, you go to edit page, and you don't need to worry about writing anything here because that's not. And then you'll set a featured image, hit update, and look at that. Starting to look like a really nice website now. Now we've just got one more page to do, which is our contact page. Now we just same process again, just hit edit, set featured image, make sure you hit update, and then preview changes. And look at that. That is very, very nice looking. If we go through each of the pages, they just, from what they looked like before, they just look so much better now. So we'll come back to home. Alright guys, so we're basically done now. And now I'm just going to show you some really important plugins that I think all of you should get that'll just improve the functionality of your website, and then also improve the visibility of your website. So you're going to go back to our dashboard, and you're going to go to plugins and add new. Now you want to go, what you want to install is this Akismet anti-spam. Very important. So when you make a website, something you'll find is that is that you'll just naturally attract spammers. I found this from websites I've created in the past, and if you don't have some kind of protection system in place, the spammers, they will come, and they will come in droves. So to combat that, you get something like Akismet, and all we do is, I'll show you through each of these individually, but let's just install each of them first. So you want to get this one, Akismet, highly important. And you can just hit activate as well. And then, so if we go to settings, Akismet anti-spam, so we just hit get our API key. So you just want to put in your email address, and then just hit, so once you put all that in, continue. Okay, so once you've done that, you'll be brought to this section here, and what you want to do is just hit add personal subscription, and you've got this here, and it's how much is Akismet worth to you? Well, we don't need to put in any of that. We're going to put it down to free, because this is for what they're doing. You shouldn't need to pay for it really, so don't feel bad that you're putting it down to 0, and then just hit create subscription. Okay, so just hit got it, and you will have been given an API key. So simply just copy and paste that, come back to here, and paste in your API key and connect. So that's our Akismet all installed, ready to go. Okay, so let's just go into my second recommendation for a plugin. So my second recommendation is to get a plugin to back up your site, because you just never know what could happen. Your website could for some reason crash and you don't have a backup of your site, and basically you lose everything if you don't have a backup of your site. So having a backup is basically vital to your website. It's very important. So what you're going to type in plugins is backup, and bring that up, and you'll have a search come up, and you want to go with this one here, Updraft Plus. Just hit install now and activate once that's done. So now let's go to settings and then Updraft Plus backups. For the sake of getting through today's tutorial, I'm not going to go through every process of this, but it's very easy to do. Just simply go to settings, and I'll show you just this part. So you just want to go through, and you want want to change your backup so that it does it daily, I'd recommend, and then retain this many scheduled backups. So after 2, it would delete, and whatever the new one is will be put over the top, because you don't want to be saving too many files on there. So 2 is a good amount, really. And then database backup, make that daily. You want that as well, and then make it 2. And then you can go through and select any of these here. So maybe Google Drive or Dropbox, whatever you'd like. And what it will do, it'll send to those accounts your backup of your website, so that if it ever crashes, you can easily restore it. And then all you do is you come down here and hit Save Changes, and what it would do is create a backup. It would also put out your backups here, and once the backups are here, you can easily restore a backup. Okay guys, one final plugin, and this is probably the most important plugin that you could get. So let's go to plugins, add new. Now what we want to type in is SEO. Now you may have heard of SEO before. Basically what SEO stands for is search engine optimization. Now if you don't have your website made to be SEO friendly, well, good luck anyone discovering your site. So it's vitally important that you have good SEO. You have an SEO plugin installed. Basically what it will do is it'll help with your website appearing on Google search terms. So I'm not going to go into a whole rundown of how to use the entire plugin, because it's just that'd be a whole nother this would go for too long, and that's not what this tutorial is about. The best one you want to get is Yoast SEO. So you can hit install now, and then I want you to activate it. Okay, so we'll have our SEO. So you'll be brought to here, and basically if you watch a few YouTube videos out there, they will go into great detail for you how to set up Yoast's SEO, how to use it, how to employ SEO onto your website. I would highly recommend you do that, but I'll just give you a quick little rundown of what you should do. So what you want to do here is, this is what Google search will look for. So just say you wanted people to find your website because you were clean, modern website. That's the name of your business, the name of your blog, whatever. You want to have that as your website name, and then you can hit whether you're a person or a company. I'll just hit person, and then you put in Isaac Blenko, and then you could simply just hit Save Changes. So that's just going to add some. Help with your ranking of your website. Very, very basic SEO though, that is. And then if you want, you could set up a Google Search Console, Bing Web Master Tool. All this you can find YouTube videos on. And yeah, so that's the basics of it. I'll show you one more thing that this Yoast is good for. So if you go to your posts, and let's just go. Remember, I don't have any, but let's go to the benefits of a morning routine. Now, what's so good about this Yoast is that it breaks down your posts, so your blog post perhaps, and it tells you, it basically analyzes them and tells you whether it's SEO friendly, and gives you hints of how you can make your information more readable by Google search, and therefore make it have a better chance of your posts appearing in Google search. So if you go down here, you can see what it'll come up looking like, which is awesome. So that's showing you what it'll come up looking like on Google search. So if people ever found it, that's how they would see it. And then what you can do is you put in like a focus keyword. So For me, for this one, it would be morning routine, and you would have that there. That's a focus keyword, morning routine. And then you have readability here, and it obviously I don't have enough text for it to be able to do it, but it would tell you which words to use more, which words would help you rank better, and yeah, it's just an incredible free plugin. So that's it for the SEO stuff. Like I said, watch a few YouTube videos on how to properly employ SEO. You don't have to do super advanced stuff. You can just do the basics. But yeah, it's something I'd highly recommend. Okay guys, we've got one last thing, the final customization of our entire site. I've left it to last, so it's just a nice little touch to completely finish off customizing our website, and then we can safely say that we've got our own fully customized website that you guys built all by yourself. So let's get to it. So you're going to go back to the site, and you're going to hit customize. So you're going to be brought to here, and what you're going to do is you're going to hit site identity, and then you are going to go down to your site icon, or what is also called a favicon. So what a favicon is basically, see on these tabs that I've got up here, each of them has a cool little image like that represents their website. So it's got their logo there. Here we've got a HostGator one because, well, we got our hosting through HostGator, but we can make that into our own little logo, which just adds a nice final little touch, and I think it's a perfect way to end this tutorial of building your own website. So if we go to, we're just going to select image. I'm going to go with what I already have, so I reckon, because that's a really cool little logo, you can hit select and crop, and then it'll go through, let it process. Remembering that's what it looked like there before, and look at that, awesome. So there we go, that is our very own little icon there. Put up whatever you'd like there, what you think suits it. Okay guys, so there's only one last thing left to do, and that's to click the publish button. Once you click this button, you've officially created your very own website. Okay guys, so this is the final step of this tutorial, and something that I'd highly recommend that everyone gets. You've most likely already got your own email for your site that looks something like this, your business name or maybe your name at gmail.com. Now, while this is definitely okay, it's nowhere near as professional as having something like Isaac at mybusinessname.com. Now, there are many ways that you can do this, including getting one through your hosting plan. The problem is that the interface that hosting services give you isn't very easy to use and can be difficult to set up and maintain, which is the reason for a long time I haven't used one. That wasn't until I found out that I could actually use the Gmail interface but have my own personal email for my domain name. How? By using what is called G Suite. So what is G Suite? Well, basically G Suite is an upgraded version of Gmail that, in my honest opinion, is far better and far cheaper than any other email service provider out there. Here's what makes it so good. Number one, you get a personal email, which is so much more professional looking. Number two, you get all the benefits of Gmail. It's clean, modern, lightning fast interface. Plus, you also get exclusive features and apps that are perfect for business, such as collaborative file sharing, video conferencing, data security, and a heap more. I've already been using some of the apps that come with it, and honestly, they're fantastic. And then number four is you can create Also create multiple emails under the one domain name. So this is perfect for if you're setting this up for a company or a business, and maybe you want to have your employees all coming under at whatever your business or company name is. So I just think that's fantastic. Now, of course, to get something like this or any form of personal email, it costs money. But luckily, unlike many of the other service providers out there, G Suite is incredibly cheap, and that's the reason I chose to use it. At just $5 a month, it is well and truly worth the money. I'm sure if you're like me, you spend $5 on a lot worse things. And honestly, I wouldn't be recommending this to you guys unless it's been a benefit to me, and I believe in the product. Okay, so let's get on to setting up your email. So once you click the link, you're going to be brought to this area here, and you can have two options. You can either have the business option for $10 or the basic option for $5. But for this tutorial, we're just going to go with basic, and you're just going to simply hit get started. Then you're just going to simply type in your business name. So if you're creating a personal brand, of course, you'd put in Isaac, you'd put in your full name. So I'd put in Isaac Blenko. Or if you're setting this up for a business, you'd simply type in your business name. Okay? Pretty self-explanatory. So I'm just going to go with this. And then you're going to have an option here of number of employees that you have. You can choose whatever you'd like. I'm going to go with just me. Okay, and then you select your country and hit next. Okay, so this next part is your contact info. What you're going to do here is just fill in your details. So I'm going to put in, and then you're going to put in your current email address here. Now, for those of you out there who are already using another service like Outlook or Yahoo, whatever you're using, you can put in your current email address here, and basically you still receive some notifications from this account that you're going to be setting up. So that's an option for you. But I already have a Gmail account, and that's what I'm going to be typing in here. So I'm going to type in and hit next. And you're going to hit, does your business have a domain? Now, you're going to hit yes, I have one that I would like to use. If you don't, hit this one and it'll take you through where you can actually purchase your domain. But most likely you guys have already got yourself a domain. So what we're going to hit is yes, I have one I can use. Now you're just going to type in your website, your domain name here. So I'm going to put in personal branding website.com. Okay, so that's the domain name that I own. Of course, you put in yours. Okay, so you're just going to simply hit next. Name here. So at your website, whatever you're going to have. So for myself, I'd put in Isaac at personalbrandingwebsite.com. Then you're going to go through and you're going to make up a password. And then you're going to want to confirm that you are not a robot by ticking the box. Awesome. And then accept, agree, and create account. And then you're going to be brought to this screen which says your G Suite account has been created. Awesome. And then you just want to hit go to setup. So then you're going to be brought to this area here, and basically this is where you can add extra people to your account. So, or extra accounts. So you could have one that's like info@yourwebsite.com, sales@yourwebsite.com. But I'm just going to assume that you're just going to be setting this up for one person. And all you need to do is simply go down to, I've added all the email addresses I currently would like to use, and hit next. So all you're going to do is simply go to this one here, which is add meta tag to your personal branding website. So you hit this one, and you're going to get given this tag here. Now they have the option of putting this into the CSS of your website. I'm guessing that most of you out there really have no idea about coding and really don't want to even have to think about it, or the potential risk of messing with your site, which could stuff up your entire site. So I'm going to show you guys a really easy way that you can implement this code into your website without having to edit any code. So what we're going to do is you're going to copy this here, and then what you're going to do in your dashboard is you're going to go to plugins, add new. Now we're going to search one called header and footer. And when you just type in header, it should come up. Okay, this one here with the 500,000 downloads. It's one of the best ones available. So you're just going to simply hit install now. And then we're going to activate it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down to settings, and you're going to go to this one here called insert headers and footers, and paste that code into this part here, our scripts in header. Okay, and then you just simply hit save. And now if we go back to G Suite, we just simply go to, I've added it to my home page. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is verify through our hosting service. So we're going to go across to HostGator, and you just want to go to the HostGator home page. You can hit customer login, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to fill out your details, hit login. And now we're going to go to hosting, mail, email here, the big email icon there, click that. And you're going to scroll down and you're going to see an area called MX entry. I want you to click on that. Scrolling down to the very bottom, you're going to see here that we've got an email already there. What we want to do is delete that one so that we can add our new. So you want to hit remove and hit delete. Awesome. Okay. Now we want to go back and we're going to tick this box here. Awesome. So we've got the next part now. Now looking at that, you're going to feel a little bit confused. That's okay. I'm here to take you through it, and you'll see it's not as hard as you think it is. It's just a little monotonous. Okay. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go through and copy and paste each of these across. So we're going to put the first one in, making sure you've got one in, number one, and then our record. Then we do the second one. So we copy the 5, and then we copy the destination, put it in. Again, copy 5, destination, copy that across, paste it in. And now our last two, so the 10, put it in priority, copy our destination here, paste it in, add new record. Okay, one last one to do, copy the 10, then copy our destination and paste it in, add new record. Awesome. Make sure that they're all there and they look like they're in the right order. See 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome, all good. Now what you're going to do is we're going to go back here and we're simply just going to tick this one because we've put in our MX records now. Okay, so then it's going to ask you to delete existing MX records. We've actually already done this. I showed you how to do it just before. So you're going to hit I've deleted my existing MX. And then we're just going to have this area here, which is going to ask you to save your MX records. But HostGator, if you're with them, automatically do it. So we're just going to simply hit verify and set up our domain. And all done, guys. Awesome. And we now have our own personal email. So you're just simply going to hit next and you're going to be brought to here. Now obviously you have our different choices, but we're just going to go with the $5 one. And then you're just simply going to fill out your details for your brand new email. And this is the dashboard here for your new G Suite account. Now you're probably wondering, oh, where do I access my mail? Well, that's easy. You go up here to the top right and you click and you'll have your mail here. Okay guys, well, there you have it. But if you've followed these steps correctly, you should now have your very own personal email, not just the typical Gmail account. You now have your own personal email. Okay guys, so that's all done now. Our website's complete. We've got our website together. Well done and awesome job. I've just got one last thing to show you guys that I think you could be of real benefit to you guys. So I've actually got a complete guide to WordPress and building a website. I've made this, of course, to show people through how to actually build their own website, which you guys have already done. But the thing is that I go into a lot more than just how to build a website in this guide. I also go into other important things like optimizing your website. So I'd highly recommend you check out this page. I've actually got a link for it in the description. And if you go to step 6, optimize, you'll see that I've gone into detail with some recommended plugins for optimizing your website. I also go into, as we scroll down, I go into more detail into SEO, and I actually take you through step by step how to use the Yoast plugin in more detail. And I've got some helpful resources here on the on more information on SEO. I also go into something that's very important now, which is getting an SSL certificate, which is this little thing up here, which creates a green padlock on your website. So I go through the importance of that, and I link to a great video that goes into how to set it up. And then I also go into the keys to a successful website, because once you have a website up and running, that's just half the battle. You need to go into the next thing is actually making your website successful. And I've tried to provide for you guys some of the 10 key points that are really going to help you guys with growing your website and getting it out to your audience. So I'd highly recommend you come along and check that one out. You'll probably find some quite valuable information there. And I've also got just a small part here going into some other recommended free themes that are out there, such as the Sydney theme. Now that you've got guys that got a base or a knowledge of how to actually make your website, you can go through and actually start trialing out some other free themes out there. Or I also have a list of some premium themes. So these are paid themes that can really bring some beautiful designs and customization to your website. And I also have a list here of some of the best places to purchase these themes, as well as step you through how you actually, if you do choose to purchase a premium theme, how you go about doing it. So yeah, that would be another valuable resource for you guys. Alright guys, well, I just thought I'd show that to you guys before we finished up. And just remember, I'll have a link for it in the description below, or if you're watching this on Udemy, I have it up in the resources section. Thanks so much for watching guys, and I definitely recommend checking it out. Well, there you have it guys, you've made it. Congratulations. I want you to pat yourself on the back because what you've done is quite an incredible accomplishment. You can now officially say that you've created your very own website. And that is something that not many people can say they have done. If you've made it to the end of this video and successfully created your own website, then you clearly must be a driven person and have a passion for what you are doing. When most people would choose to waste hours and hours of their life watching mindless TV shows or videos on Facebook or YouTube, you've chosen to invest in your most valuable asset, time, and chose to use it to acquire yourself with a new skill set and save yourself a heap of money. Whether you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, a freelancer, or just a single parent trying to make ends meet, I wish you the very best with whatever it is that you're looking to bring into this world. Thanks again so much guys for watching through all the way to the end of this video, and honestly, one more time, congratulations. You've just equipped yourself with an incredibly powerful skill that will no doubt greatly benefit yourself and others in the future. I tried to make this video as easy to follow as possible, as well as to provide people with a base for creating a really unique and modern looking website. If you feel that this video has taught you something or helped you create the website you've been looking for, then please give this video a big thumbs up and consider sharing it with others who you think might benefit from it. Also, if you've created a website using this tutorial, then please consider leaving a comment below with a link to your brand new website. I would love to see what you guys have created, and I'll try to get back to as many of you as possible. Feel free to check out some of my other content on my channel and consider subscribing if you feel like it would be worth it. Well, that's enough from me. Now it's up to you to do something with your new website. So get out there, live your life, inspire others, and I hope you crush it